If your bucket list is mainly built around experiencing an incredible amount of pain while immersed in rich cycling history, we've prepared a list just for you. In no particular order, here are our top 5 toughest climbs. No list of cycling's toughest climbs would be complete without a mention of the Zoncolan. First featured in the 2003 Giro d'Italia, the 10.1km climb has an average gradient of 11.9%, but includes several pitches of up to 22%. Too steep and narrow for team cars to access, servicing is provided by motorbikes, which themselves regularly overheat or burn out their clutches due to the gradient and slow speeds. The Zoncolan will once again feature in the 2014 Giro d'Italia, where riders will have the chance to prove themselves on one of cycling's toughest ascents. You may remember the Angliru from the 2011 Vuelta a España, where Bradley Wiggins saw the race slip from his grasp and into the hands of Juan Jose Cobo. The uncharacteristically pained expression on Sir Bradley's usually calm face as he battled up the 24% gradients was hard to forget and shows how tough the climb really is. The ascent was first used in the 1999 Vuelta a España and has polarised opinion since. Some say the severe and narrow roads are simply a step too far, while others celebrate the superhuman effort it requires. Most recently, 41-year-old Chris Horner showed that age is no barrier by answering the attacks of his closest rival, Vincenzo Nibali, eventually powering away to secure overall victory in the race. It's not often that a race will tackle a 30% climb, but by including the Muro di Guadiagrele, 2014's Tirreno Adriatico did just that. At only 610 metres in length, it's not a long climb by any standard, but the 22% average gradient will probably be the steepest riders will see all season. The sharp gradient means that compact chainrings are commonplace. In 2014, it was an in-form Alberto Contador who conquered the wall, taking not only the stage, but the overall lead from Omega Pharma Quickstep's Kwiatkowski. It's a savage climb, not often featured in a professional race, which is why it's earned a place in our top 5. Having played host to the penultimate stage in both the 2010 and 2012 Vuelta a España, the 22km ascent to the top of La Bola del Mundo might seem somewhat tame compared to our previous entries. However, what makes this climb so brutally difficult is the narrow, uneven and strength-sapping road surface, combined with a lung-busting altitude of 2,265 metres. The climb is always featured in the last week of the Spanish Grand Tour, where riders are facing unparalleled levels of fatigue, meaning the sight of a collapsed, oxygen-starved cyclist at the stage finish is a regular occurrence. Used only 3 times in the Giro di Lombardia between 1960 and 1962, the Muro di Samano was taken off the route for the next 50 years following complaints of its poor condition. Italian cycling legend Gino Bartali once said of the Wall of Samano, "The hardest part is the first straight section, which will leave you almost standing still after a sharp, steep curve." And he'd know a thing or two about climbing, having won 3 consecutive mountain stages and the overall in the 1948 Tour de France, a feat that has not been replicated since. Having been restored to its former glory, the 1.7km climb averages 17%, peaks at a formidable gradient of 25%, and was brought back in the 2012 edition of the Giro di Lombardia, sporting stencil split times, quotes and artwork, making this a truly unique stretch of road.
Did we get it all wrong? We want to know why. So, tell us about it in the comment section below. If you agree with us, then we'd love to hear about that too. But if you don't have the time, just click subscribe and we'll say no more about it.